was very, very quiet. So it was what seems to be a very huge success. Wine Street, Wednesday is obviously well known as student night, and Wednesday is usually very, very, very busy. But Wine Street was anything but busy last night, which is usually a huge indication that it was a success.
Why is it so important that women are aware of their safety when they go out? Is every woman, do you think, now more vigilant in light of all the recent cases?
Oh, definitely. And I think social media has been a huge part of that. We've got a group on Facebook called Walk Safe Swansea, and there are so many community forums on Facebook that spread the awareness of this. And it's not only in Swansea, it's in Cardiff. Obviously, with the Sabina Nessa case, that was in London. It's all over the UK now, and women realise that they're not safe anymore. With the huge social awareness of it, women realise they have to be more vigilant, they have to be more alert, and that in itself is scary and it's frightening, and women shouldn't have to feel like that.
Georgia, you've actually been a victim of spiking.
Yeah.
What happened to you?
So I was at a club on Wine Street with some of my uni friends, and I was drinking, and I suddenly felt like, okay, I'm suddenly really, really drunk. And then as time went on, I started to, figure out within myself, I was like, I don't think I'm drunk. I think something's happened here. I was blacking in and out. I say overall, I remember about 20 minutes of 2 to 3 hours over the course of that night. I was having conversations with people that then the next day they told me it wasn't them they were talking to. There's a certain alleyway on Wine Street that I used to get flashbacks when I just walked past it, because it took my partner and my friend about half hour, 40 minutes to just get me through that alleyway to the taxi on the other side, because my body was completely limp. And I remember all of about 4 minutes of that, I'd say, thereabouts. I remember pain because I hit my head on the wall. I remember bashing my elbows and falling to the ground, things like that. And luckily I was with great people who made sure I was safe and got me home, but I still went through a horrible experience. I still really hurt myself. And the thing about this is I'm an incredibly vigilant person. I never take my eyes off my drink. I never share drinks. If I go to the loo, my drink is on the floor in front of me while I'm on the loo. Like I'm so vigilant. And the fact it still happened to me, that's what's really scary. And then obviously that there's new ways people are doing it now. So overall, the epidemic, we have to do something about it, because even if you are incredibly vigilant, it can still happen to you, which it did to me.
How alarmed are you to hear that women are being injected as well?
Extremely alarmed, to the point, I'm sure I'm not the only person, but there's Halloween events over the weekend that we had tickets for. I've now sold the tickets and things because myself and my friends just don't feel comfortable going out. And it's sad, because we're back in that position then of women are having to stop going and doing the things that they want to do for fear of their safety. And it's almost frustrating, because you want to go and do it anyway. But then I'm sat here thinking, is it really worth the risk for me to just go out to the night? So we're all having a little house party at mine instead, purely because of that reason.
Sophie, how can people spot the signs? I mean, short of being injected, obviously, but how does a drink look when it's been spiked?
Obviously, with the injection, there's very little we can do. In terms of your drinks, ice. Obviously, a lot of drinks, they'll put ice in them. So always, always, always ask for ice to be put in your drink. If your drink has been spiked, ice will not float. I know it's annoying when you want to go out and have a good time to always have to watch your drink, but it's so important, because it could save your life. It could save you a lot of pain, and it could save you a trip to the hospital. Ice will not float in a drink that has been spiked. As well as that, it'll go cloudy. So if you're drinking, say, vodka and lemonade, that's a clear drink. It'll go cloudy, sort of like cloudy lemonade. So avoid anything like that. I know, again, this is going to be extremely difficult. Smells. I know you don't really want to be smelling your drink when you're out, but we all know what vodka smells like. It's got that very acidy smell. If you smell your drink and it doesn't smell like vodka, don't drink it. and at all times never ever leave your drink just on the bar, or you know, if you're sitting down, don't leave it. Don't ever stop looking at it. If you're drinking out of a bottle, have your thumb over that bottle. I know it's annoying, and I know that you shouldn't have to do it, but in current times, if it's between your safety or a trip to the hospital and possibly your life, it's worth it. And obviously in clubs at the moment, there are bouncers there, there are security there. Even if you see anything slightly strange, report it. Half of this time women won't report it. I think it's something like 40% of women won't actually report anything, because not only are they scared, they don't think anything will be done about it. But always report it. If you see something that you don't think is normal or you think is bizarre, go to a bouncer and say it. That's what they're there for. If you see something in your drink that you don't think is normal, give it back. Ask for another one. That's what they're there for.
Georgia, you mentioned something which was really important. You said you were with a group of people, very good friends, who looked after you. Is that key to women's safety, having a strong protocol when you go out with your friends? If anything goes down, that you're there for each other?
Absolutely. I think most young women are, we have to operate under that system anyway of, no one ever goes to the loo alone, that sort of thing. But in more recent times now, I am having conversations with my friends before we go out about these things. Just make sure we're all aware and that we all look after each other. And I'd say, don't go out with people and get drunk that you don't know very well, because you just don't know people these days. And you have to make sure that you're with people that you feel safe with and that you trust to be with in that situation.
Sophie, obviously this boycott went very well, very successful last night. Do you think this is the first of many incidents of what we're going to see across the UK where people are going to take a stand?
Oh, definitely. And I think I can speak for Georgia on this as well. We've already discussed it. Another protest is definitely going to take place, because this is, I'm lost for words on how bizarre this injection epidemic is and how much it's already progressed. I'm seeing reports almost every other day now of women that have been spiked, and without action, without people like me and Georgia going forward and getting people together and showing the police how much this needs to stop, nothing will be done. So this will be the first of many boycotts, many protests, and many movements to help this stop.